Okay, so this is your Unit 6 review over probability. Number 1 says create a tree diagram to represent the sample space for the spinner below. So on the spinner, you have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to put up 8 because I got branches out to represent the colors. So if I spin a 1, on the second spinner, I can still get a yellow, blue, green, white, or red. If I spin a 2, I can do the same thing. I can get yellow, blue, green, white, or red. We'll get a 3, yellow, blue, green, white, or red. 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 Yellow, blue, green, white, red. Yellow, blue, green, white, red. Now you can count the last row to figure out how many there are, or you can multiply it. There's 8 sections here, and there's 5 sections here. So 8 times 5 would be 40. Okay? All right, number 2. A drawer contains 5 black socks, 2 blue socks, 2 purple socks, and 1 white sock. What's the probability of Hayden randomly selecting a blue sock, puts it back, and then randomly selects a black sock? Okay, so we have 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, which equals 10 socks. So my probability of getting a blue sock is 2 out of 10. I put it back, so my total stays the same, and then probably getting a black sock is 5 out of 10. So you can multiply that, and you can get 10 over 100, which is 1/10. Or you can simplify before you multiply and make that 1/5 times 1/2. When you multiply, you get 1/10, which is the same thing. Either way, does not matter. Okay, number 3. A bag contains 6 red, 4 blue, 5 white, and 5 black tiles. A marble will be drawn from the bag and replaced 200 times. What is a reasonable prediction for the number of times a green or a black marble will be drawn? Well, first off, these, I didn't mean to say marble, I meant to say tile. Sorry, guys. Tiles and marbles, basically the same thing. Okay, so there's 20 tiles. Okay, probably getting a green or a black. So a green or black together. Well, first off, there's no green. So that's 0, and then black is 5. So you have a 5 out of 20 chance of getting green or black marble. Tile. Why do I keep saying tile? It's tile. So then you would set it equal to x over 200 because you're trying to find the number of times this will appear. So you get 20x is equal to 1,000. And then divide by 20. You can cancel off the zeros. You divide 2 into 100, and you get 50. So I would say green or black tiles should appear about 50 times. Okay. So then number 4. The spinner shown has 8 congruent sections. The spinner spun 120 times. What is a reasonable prediction of the number of times the spinner will land on an even number? So I'm going to circle all my even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so that's 1/2. So that's a 4 out of 8, which is 1/2. 1/2 is not my answer. I just like to simplify it because I have to find the prediction, so I'm going to set up a proportion. So I'm going to do 1/2 is equal to x over 120. So you cross multiply, and you get 2x equals 120. Divide by 2, and you get 60. Okay, number 5. The table shows the types of lunch and the number of people who bought the lunch at school today. Based on the data in the table, what is the probability that a random customer will not buy a salad? What's the probability of getting a salad? Well, first off, there's 60 people who bought lunch today. Okay? I want to find the probability of not getting a salad. Well, 5 people enjoyed salads, so that means that 55 people of them did not. So it'd be 55 out of 60, which can be simplified down to 11/12. And you say not salad. So that means that 5 out of 60 did get salad, which is 1/12. So you see how I take 11/12 and 1/12 and add them together equals 1 whole? That's called a complement. Number 6, the spinner shown is divided into congruent sections. If the spinner is spun one time, what's the probability of the arrow not landing on a section labeled with an odd number? Well, it says not an odd. Well, so if it's not an odd, it's even. So I'm going to go circle all the evens. 4, 2, 4, 2. So I circled 4 evens out of, I believe, 12 sections, which is 1/3. So that's not odd. And just to say, to get an odd would be 2/3. Hey, number 7. How many times can Miss Russell expect to roll a 3 if she rolls a fair number cube 550 times? Well, getting the probability of rolling a 3 is 1/6. So you can do 1/6 is equal to x over 540. So you can cross multiply, you get 6x equals 540. Divide by 6, you get x equals 90. Hey, number 8. Josh has an index cards number 1 through 15, and he determines the probability of drawing an 8 is 2 out of 10. If he draws a card 200 times, how many times can she expect to draw an 8, not a 2? That's supposed to say 8. Well, probably getting an 8, as they said in an experiment, is 2 out of 10 times. Well, he's going to do this 200 times. So you set up the proportions and cross multiply. So you get 10x equals 400. Divide by 10. You get x equals 40. That's your answer. Okay, number 9. Ellie has a bag containing 7 red pencils, 4 black, 9 white, and without looking, he pulls out 1 pencil from the bag and keeps it. He then pulls out another pencil from the bag. What's the probability that he pulled out a black pencil than a white pencil? Well, first off, you got to figure out how many pencils there are. There's 30 of them. So the probability of getting a black pencil is 4 out of 30. And then he says he keeps it. That means he doesn't put it back. So the probability of getting a white pencil will be 9 out of 29 because 1 pencil was taken away. So you can cross multiply and you get 36 out of 870, which equals 6 over 45, which then equals 2 over 15. 2/15. So the way I got 36 to 6 is I divide by 6, and I get 6 over 45, and then I divide it by 3 to get 2 over 15. Okay, last one. If you flip a coin 5 times in a row, what's the probability that it will land on heads all 5 times? So if I give you coin 1, you have a 1/2 chance of getting heads. Coin 2, you have a 1/2 chance. Coin 3, you have a 1/2 chance. Coin 4, you have a 1/2 chance. And coin 5, you have a 1/2 chance. So then all you have to do is multiply these together. So 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4, times 1/2 is 1/8, times 1/2 is 1/16, times 1/2 is 1/32. And that's very similar to the problem we did on Monday. So hopefully you will get this one. All right, that is your review over probability. Remember, the best way to get a great grade on this test is to go home and do it again. Guarantee it. Thanks, guys.